Hey guys, it is Paul from MinuteFob, and just today running through what you can expect from an automatic key cutter from Wensing that we provide. So there's a few components that are important. Obviously, the cutting blade here, the guide here, which is already calibrated, the brush to take off all the debris, and yeah, let's just jump into what you need to consider. So the customer key would be here, that works with the guide here to follow the grooves that are on the customer's key, and then the cutter will just follow that. It's in the same shape, if you notice, this kind of like a half triangle shape with the blade, and just keep in mind the cutter only moves this way, and that's the best way from the shoulder of the key to the end. And there's essentially two shoulders. There's this main one here that we use most of the time at the bottom, that kind of goes right up to the metal part. That would follow the same procedure as the first or the customer key for the copy. And there's the second shoulder here, which you can actually use, kind of bring this up and then kind of follow that to that second shoulder. If you use this shoulder, you got to follow that same procedure for the copy. So you got to make sure you take that down if you decide to use that. Sometimes you have to use that instead of the main shoulder, sometimes depending on the key. And there's also this here where you can bring this. I can't really do it right now because there's a lift that's already inside to help it kind of go closer to the blade. Same thing with here, it's closer because that is kind of injected below the key so that it can cut deeper, and this is rare. Usually you don't need to do this to cut deeper than it normally does. You can most, like 90% of the time from our experience, just cut it without that. So yeah, so that is the length based one. So make sure you do the same thing for the copy if you decide to measure it by then. So the end point would be basically there if the key is long enough. So if it's not long enough, then you would need to use the main shoulder at the bottom or that shoulder so that you can cut this blade part. So yeah, essentially how it works is that you bring it to the first shoulder here, if I can get a good angle, kind of like right up until that shoulder. Yep, so it's like this. That's where it starts. And then I'll try to do it with one hand here, but I have to turn on the power and then release it. It's better with two hands, obviously, but just holding a camera, it's a little harder, but I'll turn it on. And then it will just kind of follow the customer's key, and it will just go all the way. And you should hear a click. There was a click there, so it's resetted. So that's when you turn it off. Sometimes you would have to, unwind this, take this key, and then just brush the, debris off. But that's pretty much it for a key cutting procedure on a daily basis or whatever. If you have any questions, let us know at MinuteFob@gmail.com with any pictures. But happy key cutting.